Previously on Sherlock Holmes The
In
Awakened.
the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, Chapter 1, Part 2. Hope you will enjoy it. If you guys like the content, please be sure to subscribe and smash the like button. I'd very much appreciate it.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Flemming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
I'm gonna assume that's true.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Flemming. Please come out.
All right, then. So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true.
Well,
I am
isn't
useless
it?
with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Flemming noticed.
Doesn't really matter. I don't know what to do.
As in most things
Actually,
in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can.
Oh, but you better give me your
I am an
copy of
expert on
newspaper,
obscure
man.
languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
The Strand, September 28, 1882. Saltpeter explosion rocks. Docks. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night. Awakening. With a loud bang and a thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moscow had docked at Pier N3 in the early evening, en route to Europe, when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The port authority is yet to comment on the incident. It is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits.
Come,
Oops,
Dr.
accidentally
Watson.
clip
Let's
escape.
put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about Mrs. Flemming.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings
Oh,
us back to my news
it's
from
you.
earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Assume that Sherlock sees something that we don't. Right, go. Let me unmark that. I don't think. Yeah, let's do this instead. Mansion is located in the same street.
Not much further now.
There. Here it is.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Sorry, officer. What you
Why
missing?
has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
What missing
Have there been
people?
other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite
Watson
right.
has a point.
Fire away.
Describe Mia. When did Mia vanish? Where does he live?
Tell me about Kimahia.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
Kind of a lot of money do you mean?
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
But why would he run away? Had he run away before?
Is there any reason Kimahia may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Cabbage.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Hmm. Oddly nice of him.
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No, no. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Alright, investigate the thingy. How does this seem familiar from recent chapter 1 game with this patio over here? Yeah, is that broken or dirty too? Yep. Something is off here then. Toolbox. Oh, something over there. That what? Soil. Can't go up there. It's just enter. Step.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what button do I press for this? Okay, there we go. Knee print.
Looks like a knee print.
Hiding. Someone was hiding here. Yeah, that.
Chewing tobacco.
Never mind.
Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Huh. The only thing is that statue's broken or something. That head there is not an art.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Mm-hmm. I need to find that key somewhere. Something in here first before I go in. Yeah, pipe. Oh, it's been blocked by cloth.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Hmm. Very suspicious, isn't it?
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Hmm. Okay, now we can see it. Eyes, nose. Oh, it's like a skeleton, to be honest. Shovel. That thing. Spyglass.
A small navy spyglass.
Navy spyglass. Wood up wood. That.
A scrap of Hessian.
Hessian. Broken.
These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
So there was a struggle here, and then I see some sort of struggle. Alright, someone covered the smoke with cloth, meaning they want someone to die out of smoke, coughing or whatever, to weaken them. That was a sign of struggle. Yes.
A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
Nose flute, huh.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly?
is a bone.
Button chops. The remains of a meal.
That was a human bone for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
The ashes are long since cold.
Could it be he got burned or something? Killed by burning. Oh,
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
oh. And
No
drug?
air coming through it.
Out the window.
Is this a Tanifar, a Maori water spirit? Or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Nothing on his bed. Nothing over there. Anything else before I start doing mindful thing? Let's check this out. Concentration helps you pick up all the detail about the world around you. When you see a wavy green circle, press RB to get more closely. Then don't forget to pin the relevant evidence so some clues won't be visible without it. Okay. That key thing and this map clues. There's some interest clues in the captain's garden. And the statue someone was been chewing tobacco while hiding from someone in time. War size 11. Let's go back. Oh. Here. Parallel tracks. Wheel.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Anything left over here? Oh, yeah. Oh no, it's the thingy. It's missing. Nothing was in there. What else? And that can I have to go through? What about this? Maybe not that one. So what about this? Flesh parallel track in the garden. Oh. Moldy, not used, recent, broken. Oh, over here. Hell logs fallen? Oh, someone knocked it over. What is this? Feral
Someone moved a
track.
cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
The kept under rain. That makes sense. This is where the cart should be. Then it's over. Not there, so it's been moved. That's been done with. I'm assuming gotta go talk to the guy about the dialogues that I need to talk to him about. What else? So,
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
need to give.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Ah, so that the person spying does wear shoes.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimihir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco. Where on earth are you going with this? Are you joking? Why would I know this?
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Yeah. The spyglass is the floor of entrance of Kimia's shack.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
I still need a key. Or either have to quick lock pick it. I need more clues to deduct what happened.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Okay. Okay, I got something. The blue, white. What does Kimia trail lead? Where does Kimia's trail lead? Clothing of fantasy, chewing tobacco remains. Okay. Oh. Perception is an unknown person. 11 can be found behind the statue. Judging by one of soul, the footprint belongs to someone from the working class. About this? No, I didn't mean to press it. It was wrong anyways. Let's use that one for now. Oh, the Strand. Local port London had rude awakening last night with loud bangs. Authority remember report. I was seeing I mean, it's not. I don't think it's anything to do with it, but it's a ship, the boat, spyglass, I guess. I mean, I have nothing else. Unless I need more. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, it is that. But I don't have enough blue. I don't have enough of the blue thing, the item thing. I need to keep looking. But I need to find more clues. The blue thing. I have enough of that. Anything else other than this? So it says that only he and Kimiya have the key to this. Maybe it's in this. Room. Oh yeah. Unusual form of identity, yes. Perfect.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
I have the key. Let me use it. Don't I? Oh. Yes, this is good. I have enough for some things. Do the deduction now. Oh, no. There we go. No, I don't have a blue. Seems I'm still missing something. But I still don't have an item. Since I still don't have enough. But was made to live in the shack in the garden. Oh, they brought the outfit from chapter 1. Oh, that's not cool. I have the key.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Wait, hold on. Oh. Okay, I didn't know I have to do that. Drag the body. I'll do that for now. And the keys was just inside. Someone else sees it. I'm gonna presume. He was eating. Is it? He just disappeared. Eating, or what was he doing? Oh, it was outside. Just eating. Let's put whoever that person is outside. Signs of struggle. I mean, you see when he passed out, he fell. Or that port here. No, it can't be you. Either that or the other one, but I'm gonna presume this one. Here. Yeah, you've been here for a while. That's not you. It's you. Oh, wait, hold on. I can skip it. Oh, it's my glass. Okay. Keep that. That's that. That's. third one was wrong. This one. I was right. He was outside, blocking the smoke, and then he passed out, dragging his body out. Crash fell face first on that price and dragged him out. Shit. Only two person has the key. Either it's the servant or captain's key. And the servant's key's right there on the thing. Nobody can do a complaint or a report on the disappearance of
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
Does it? It's elementary.
You'd best have found something by now,
Oh
gentlemen.
yes, I did.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
Well, I want answers from you first.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
I'm not your servant. Be yourself then. What did you call me? Oh God.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news.
Should have given
and in the
more.
meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Oh, I don't care if you're being rude. I can do whatever say whatever I please. Oh, Lord, man. Man. Not an insult, but it is what it is. Okay. Follow the trail. Use. Thank you. Okay, where? Be gone. Oh yeah, I found some more new stuff. Nope. No blues. What are the notable features of the adult? Eyeglass, chewing tobacco. That should be it. Nope. Spyglass, right? That size 11. Yes, I forgot about that. 11 and can't be the clothes. No. About that. Okay. Need more clues for both these and these. Okay. Where would it lead? I mean, I would lead it there. Okay, so just nothing broken here. Nothing. Guess it's the other way. Trail lead me here somehow. For some reason, that's why. Oh. Okay. Ooh.
A large pile of horse droppings.
Yep. Cigarettes.
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, something up. Something up. Oh, something on the floor. Ouch. Ray.
Roy Soulsby.
Ray Soul.
That be the name of our man. A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the colour and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
This is a little spyglass, ship stuff coming in the dock, and then the knot.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
Yep. Navigation scene complete. Nice. Green, so I have found every single clue I could. Must have. Now I expect the question. Small calling card found at the scene. Kimia's seduction is red. But where does Kimia's trail lead? That? No. Sailor's not. And okay, the wall is right. Saltpeter. Why is these Mr. Fleming, Mrs. Fleming, Mr. Barnes here? Give me a shack lodging. Among these scattered objects inside the shack, a brain with imprint. Oh. Maybe? No. I don't think so. No. It can't be Mrs. Fleming at this point. The last thing. Hey. These three doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna put that away for now and then deal with this. Okay, one more blue playing card, so it's not wallet. Wait, no, sorry. Notable feature. Okay. Name. Come on. Alright, sailor's not, I guess. This feature. Kimia was kidnapped by a sailor. Believe it or not, a spyglass and the footprint of a working man's boots all add up. One conclusion: Kimia's abductor is a sailor. Makes sense. What about now? Can I find anything else? Abductor's a sailor. Thank you. All evidence points to a port of London. Kimia's trail leads to the port of London. We know now that Kimia's kidnapper is most likely a sailor that his wallet bears saltpeter residue, and that there was recent saltpeter incident in the port of London. Everything suggests that to find Kimia, we must head toward London. There's no time to lose. It is vital that we find a cab port of London immediately.
The strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Right. First things first, we need to tell him anything.
Why are you still here?
Well, probably not then. You tell me that's a cab? Yep. Depart this location. You cannot return after leaving. Be sure you finish everything you want to do here. Yes.
Where to, Gav? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Well, that's the end of my playthrough of Chapter 1. Please stay tuned for Chapter 2 coming soon. If you like the content, please consider subscribing and do drop a like. I really appreciate it. And catch you guys next time.